Hey guys, it's RodimusPrimal. I'm back with another video, and yes, I'm here on my second channel to talk to you guys about the whole new YouTube monetization thing that is starting to affect a lot of larger creators and those who have been on the platform for a long time and are getting hit with this like radical change in policy as far as advertisement is concerned. And my thoughts on it are in some cases a little bit mixed. But really, if you wanted my honest opinion, it's kind of like one of those things where I'm like, I don't agree with this at all. I didn't agree with YouTube's thumbs down policy, where they removed the dislike counter for YouTube. I actually did talk about that before I moved down here to Florida. And I also wanted to talk more nerdy stuff on this channel too. I mean, I wanted to talk about the James Gunn situation. Now it's escalating, and I wanted to talk about how what you see behind me, all the toys and stuff like that, how I am part of the 25% of the market, at least according to news outlets, and how it affects us as adults and how it's kind of a scorning thing. In my just the way that they actually use the terminology, but I'll get into that into later videos on this channel. But let's get into this. So here is, I don't necessarily watch Moist Critical. I know a lot of people really love him, and I've seen some of his videos, and he's kind of like one of the most chill guys on YouTube, as far as anything is concerned. But he's got 11 million subscribers, right? And his channel was hit hard by a no swearing policy, and he swears a lot in his videos. Twitch streamer and YouTube Charlie, Moist Critical, gave his take on a new YouTube policy that demonetizes videos that include any profane words or phrases within the first 8 to 15 seconds. Now, I kind of thought that was already the case. I thought it was already okay, you're swearing in your video, but you don't swear, but don't swear within that first 8 to 15 seconds. I already thought that was a thing. I thought that was already, an existing policy. But it seems that this is kind of the way this is expanding. It kind of goes a little bit further than that. It says YouTube has blacklisted the use of multiple swear-worthy words in the opening seconds of any video, except for hell, damn, and the A word. So after a slew of critical comments from the YouTube community, Charlie took to his channel, which has over 11.9 million subscribers, to state that he is also a victim of the strict policy. He declared, let it be known right away that yes, my channel has been hit extremely hard by this new shadow policy, and they slid into the equation. And here's the thing. It's retroactive. So you produced a video 10 years ago, and you may have just kind of it may have been a joke or something like that. You're looking at the screen or whatever, and you see something on the screen, and then it's looking at you and kind of going back and forth, and then you just kind of scream out a profane word. Now you're no longer getting the monetization. And the thing is I kind of look at this how in the world are you say it's okay for years, and all of a sudden you're just going to change your policies, and this is content that's been on the platform for how long? And I just got to say this, 2019, I think it was, is everybody was all of us who make videos about adult, which is now considered adult collectibles, which kind of goes in why I wanted to wait to make this video, the next video, is because hey, just because I talk about toys and comic books and stuff like that, on my, for specifically on my main channel, I talk about Transformers. Here I talk about comic books and or whatever, movies and whatever. It's not geared towards kids. I'm a general audience's content creator. I don't make stuff. I don't purposely don't swear in my videos, right? I don't. And that's my choice. But that doesn't mean it's for kids. So I don't market for kids. So the whole COPPA thing was kind of this overblown, out of proportion kind of thing. And it was rightfully so, because the rules just didn't make sense to any of us. We had to try to explain it. And YouTube just basically took comments off of a cartoon clip that was hilarious from a 1980s cartoon, and you can't comment on it. Just this awesome Super Sentai thing, and all of a sudden now kids can't it would sometimes it would get marked as for kids or whatever, and then you can't comment on it or can't thumbs up it. It makes no sense, and now you can't you view it. But here now these videos get age restricted. Now, like I said, I already thought it was the case if it was the first 8 to 15 seconds. But if a YouTube, content creator who's already known for swearing in his videos waits a minute and then swears, puts his first swear word in there, you're gonna age restrict that too. So no swearing as the first 8 seconds. YouTube's latest policy leaves more critical, frustrated. So, the policy is that if you swear, any swear word or less than anything in the first 8 seconds of video, you instantly get demonetized no matter what. There's no wiggle room. If you say anything that's not squeaky clean, you let it rip in the first 8 to 15 seconds of the video, you're getting blasted. But the thing is, like I said, I thought this was already the policy, and I thought that like other YouTubers who already, do profane words and stuff like that in their content were already doing that. And so is this is this now basically like on paper now, or it's like they're now starting to retroactively hit people for when it wasn't the policy? And so like this guy, RT Game Daniel, says, I've received another email from YouTube confirming they will not be restoring the status of any of my content, removing the age restrictions. I feel completely let down. I'm completely devastated. The offending content violates their change in policies only recently, which will now retroactively apply to everyone. If you have played a mature game, your content will be age restricted in future to follow these policies. This is a death knell for so many creator futures. I genuinely cannot believe this. This is appealing lack of communication. In an email from a YouTube rep, I was also supplied with exact timestamps for my offending content. So it's not just the first 5, 8 to 10 seconds. He then provided in an instance of RT Game who was not a known creator, known for abundantly using profane words. He has let it become a victim of YouTube's policy. It doesn't really make me a whole lot of sense. It's not as clear as the rules seem to think that it is. So Chris Raygun says YouTube's enforcing a new 2023 policy that demonetizes any video swearing within the first 8 seconds. Well, like I said, I thought this was already the case, but it seems that there is an extra, it's not just the first 15 seconds. And the reason why I'm saying it's not within the first 15 seconds is because, I can't hear, a bunch of people, but if you're playing a game that is already M for mature, and it doesn't even swear in the first 10 seconds, is that what's going to end up happening? The YouTube's kid thing was, already existing there for a reason, and it doesn't necessarily affect me because I'm a general content creator. And then you have people who swear on their videos, which, again, doesn't affect me because I don't swear in my videos, but they may play an M-rated game. So if I was to play Grand Theft Auto, but I don't let the beginning of the video have any swear words in it, you're going to demonetize them too? Where is the defining line here? And so, you're looking at all these policies, and all these people are getting hit with these content creators are getting automatically demonetized, and trying to figure out where the changes are actually in effect. So let's actually look at what the policy is. So they're new user-friendly advertiser guidelines. So basically what it is that an advertiser complained that, to YouTube and said, oh, well, parents are complaining that there is adult content on YouTube. Well, technically speaking, YouTube does have you're not supposed to be able to use YouTube if you're not under the age of 13. And that was the whole COPPA thing, and why they screwed up that whole thing and screwed up a bunch of content creators just with that. And now they're going the opposite direction. It's crazy. And now, mind you, this channel is not monetized, right? I need a lot more hours of view time on this channel within 1 calendar year in order to get this channel monetized. So I have my work cut out for me, but still, this is one of those things where you look at it and you realize, okay, YouTube's announced these advertiser-friendly content, and so adult content, video thumbnails containing adult links, bad language, and adult material will not be eligible for monetization. Violence, showing dead bodies without context, game violence directed at real people, and videos showing an implied moment of death will not be eligible for ad revenue. YouTube will also demonetize acts that are created to intentionally shock and disgust within the context of violent acts. So if it's a movie clip, it can't be monetized. That's already being monetized by the people who make the movie. I mean, what? It kind of like raises questions there. Harmful or dangerous acts. Dangerous acts are stunts that are featuring minors or participants or victims may not receive ad revenue. This is an important focus given the rise in child deaths as a result of participating in dangerous online challenges. Okay, that I can kind of understand. So basically they're trying to curb the Tide Pod thing, right? Inappropriate language says that all varieties of profanity will now be treated equally. YouTube, so inappropriate language. YouTube says that all varieties of profanity will now be treated equally. You'll not be differentiated based on levels of severity. Though YouTube does note that it's not treating words like hell and damn as profanity anymore. Though it's a little weird. Content where profanity is used after the first 8 seconds may receive ad revenue. However, if profanity is used in the first 8 seconds, it will not monetize. So here is where you're sitting there like wondering like, okay, so is the policy just for the first 8 to 15 seconds? Or is it like the angry video game nerd, right? Where, I mean, his theme song itself, like he's going to have to put if he does actually use the lyrics in the theme song, he's going to have to put it like, 10, like a 30 seconds to a minute into his video, right? So he can't necessarily have it there, right? And I'm using him as an example because he's a bigger YouTuber and he's known for swearing. He's been on the platform for how long? And he has millions of, subscribers and viewers and what have you. And he's a prominently well-known YouTuber, right? Well, I know some of his one of his videos, his most recent one, the top, I think 10 videos, like something that he did in 2022, got age restricted. So he didn't swear within that first 10 to 15 second window, but it got age restricted. So it goes to show you that it's being applied to the whole video, which is kind of odd. And does this mean it's going to retroactively hit his channel all the way back? Drug-related content, in addition to existing rules around the display and discussion of illegal drugs, drug use, or mentions of drugs in gaming content will now trigger demonetization. So, again, angry video game nerd drinks a Rolling Rock. Is that considered illegal drugs, or is that considered, something else? But it's like that I can kind of understand. But then again, you have movies where people are doing this, and some of these movie clips are licensed to be played by official channels. I'm sure they'll still receive ad revenue with no issues at all whatsoever, right? Because you know how that works, right? So if one big NBC TV program or whatever, or a Disney movie comes out and it's going to be more of an adult Disney movie, and it's going to have people smoking pot, it's going to be perfectly fine for their trailer to show it, and they're going to be able to monetize on it, but a content creator can't do so, right? Enabling dishonest behavior. This new guideline is designed to tackle the rise and spate of prank videos where people impersonate store employees. Okay, so this is not something that I've ever heard of before. People pretending to be a retail store employee without property owner's permission will now trigger demonetization. So if you do a skit, or is it a prank video? Like what? This is, I don't understand. Like, I'm guessing that this is something that I'm not seeing. But as you can see, the YouTube's guidelines are evolving in line with shifting creator behaviors and activities. More so, it's shifting with advertisers getting complaints because you get some Karen on the internet who just complains to advertiser. And yet it's funny too about these advertisers. I have to say this. My wife and I now on TV, we now pretty much hit pause or mute whenever a commercial break goes on. Whenever she's watching a cooking show or something like that, or HGTV, if the kids are watching, because the commercials are not appropriate for children. The commercials are. So these same advertisers who make commercials that are not appropriate for children refuse to advertise on YouTube when you guys are at this, like, at the same time, you know, like you're not going to advertise on YouTube when these folks on YouTube are making content that is clearly not geared for kids, and purposefully knowing that it's not made for kids. And they're getting hit where they can't advertise on YouTube, yet on TV networks they can make commercials that are not appropriate for children who are the age of 6 and 4, to see some of this commercial content that you're creating, and then you won't allow us to get the ad revenue from your crappy advertisements, and yet you give it to a cooking show, right? So that's a double standard, I think, if you want to know my honest opinion. And I'm on YouTube here, I think it's really messed up because YouTube was always a platform that was kind of known for the longest time until all of a sudden people started making kids content on it, of being like that you were allowed to start doing stuff wherever you wanted. This is where we need more of an alternative. On my main channel, I'm right now mirroring it to Rumble for the sheer reason that just in case YouTube like goes under from all of this, that my content will also be there. On this channel in particular doesn't necessarily mirror there, but maybe I should also post some videos up there as well. But this is one of those things where it's like, come on, YouTube, like, it's already enough that people are like, we need like more, an increase in ad revenue in order to be able to make content, to be able to pay our bills, right? Because some people, this is what they do for a living. For others, yeah, okay, so, oh, we'll just get like a 9-to-5 job for making YouTube, videos. Yeah, for some people, it could be a full-time job. And this is kind of a death knell to some content creators, and I really feel for them. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you think that this change in YouTube policy is actually a good thing? Or do you think it's one of those things where, YouTube, come on, do better. Do better for the content creator. Of course, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Be sure to thumbs up this video and subscribe, and check out my other videos as well. I have more content on this channel, and I have more Transformers content coming on my main channel as well. So stay tuned for all that. And as always, guys, until next time, till all are one.